everybody, welcome back to LOL with Alaché. This week is super exciting week for me because I'm showing you guys a special guest with me here today, Miss Sarai. Say hi. Hi, yeah, so I'm excited about this week because obviously one of the reasons I really started this channel, like I stated before, was obviously showcasing a lot of sides to me, and this is one of the biggest reasons why I do everything I do, and it's parenting. And not even 5 years, she was born about 7 years, she's going on 8 this year, and at that time my life just took a completely different turn. I had to basically be a stay-at-home mom for the next like 5 years after that, and so sorry, I understand what it feels like to be a mom at home, stuck at home with kids, and you don't really get to go out. You feel like you're just out of touch with reality, no hanging out with girlfriends. I personally did not know what was going on at the movies or nothing. I was just out of touch with the world and very much in touch with my home. And so of course, in that time, you go through periods where you're just like, well, losing a sense of who you are or what it is that you feel like the essence of you is just like completely killed off, because now all of a sudden you're stuck home and you don't necessarily have a social life. But 8 years later, if anybody would have told me back then that all this stuff would pay off, I would be like, no way, because I just wanted to be able to still be able to be around and do what it was that I wanted to do. But right now, I will never change the foundation that I have and the years that I actually took off, because it's paying off. So Sarai, happy to have you as my little guest today. Welcome. Thank you. Yeah, so what are we here to talk about today? We're here to talk about values and things that we instill in, of course, you as a little girl, and being a good citizen of the world, and just being a good all-round person. So what would you tell me is one of the values, that one value that you have learned at home from me and Daddy that you think is really important?
To be kind and caring, and to love each other.
To love each other, that's awesome. Yeah, so and then another thing I know that I always tell you about yourself is just like, when you go out there, you have to have a strong sense of who you are, right? Mm-hmm. And you have to not allow anybody to make you feel like you're not worth who you are. Yes? Mm-hmm. Yeah?
Yeah.
And the main reason why I also have you on today is because last year you came to me because you wanted to work on a project. Can you talk about that a little bit?
I really wanted to work on a book.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started working on one, and it was very fun.
It was very fun. So what is the name of your book?
Oyiba.
It's Oyiba. Can you explain what Oyiba means? What is Oyiba, or who is Oyiba?
She's a girl that thinks outside the box, and she has a very wonderful imagination.
Cool. And what does Oyiba mean? Where did you get the name Oyiba from? Where did you feel to use Oyiba? What is that about?
I basically use my middle name.
Which is your middle name, yeah. So Oyiba is your middle name. Where is that from?
Nigeria.
It's Nigerian. And where in Nigeria are you from? Benue State. Speak up, you can say it. Where are you from?
Benue State.
Cool. So Oyiba is actually a Benue name, so it actually follows the life of an Idoma American character, yeah?
Yeah.
And so you're showcasing the fact that you have different cultures that are infused into your life, right? The fact that you're a Nigerian girl, but then also living in America, right? And so it's two different cultures merged into one, but then there's things about your culture at home, that we try to teach you and your sisters, so you don't forget where you're coming from and how you blend that into here. Can you explain some of the characters that you have in your book, your friends that you make? What are some of the lessons you want people to take away from that?
That you shouldn't judge people by their skin color, but by the content of their character.
That's amazing. Yeah, we should definitely never judge people by their color. And I like the fact that with the friends that were in your books, the book is loosely based on your life, obviously. So the characters that are in your book are loosely based on people that are actually in your everyday life, yes? And you have a very diverse range of friends, isn't it? You have friends that are same color as you, and maybe some that are maybe not same color as you, and some that um, different personalities. But then what is one thing that I always teach you, that just like you said, we don't judge people by
Their color.
the color, but instead you look for more value in your friends, right? And more of their character, and it doesn't matter what they look like, it matters that they're a good person and that you can be friends with them, right? And so now that you've wrapped up the second grade and you're going into
Third grade.
oof, I feel old, oh my goodness. So you're going into the third grade. What's the plan?
I feel like I'm going to make more books over the years of school, and I want to learn more math in school too.
Yeah, because that's your favorite subject. Yeah. And what example do you plan to set for your sisters? Because it's very important that you're not just doing this, you're obviously writing this book. And what I always told you is that I like the fact that we were able to infuse the name Oyiba. I told you now Oyiba is now a thing. And what did you say to me? You said it's always been a thing because you were always around. But I like the fact that now there are young girls that are back at home that can see this and see you and feel like, what, their dreams can actually come true, yes? And that it's okay to be very proud and secure in who you are as a person, right? And these are values that I hope that when you go out there and you talk about this book and you talk about what it is that the lessons are, it's a fun book. It follows the life of the character, obviously loosely based on your life, but then it's an example to other people, would you say? Yeah? And what about with your sisters? What do you learn at home when you talk about kindness and showing and caring for people? How are we implementing that in the house? How are we making sure that you show that at home, even with your little sisters?
You can help them.
And how are you helping me in the house? Because you help me a lot.
I help you clean. Sometimes wash dishes.
Sometimes wash dishes. We're training. We're getting there. Yeah. But then you help me with Naomi, particularly little diva. Yeah, you help me with that. So she's really good at helping. I do make you do chores. Yeah, Jaden is starting to do chores some more at home. Yeah, I think that's all building character. So you guys know that when it's clean, you have to keep the place clean. And what else?
Keep the entire house clean.
Exactly. Well, I'm happy that you came on with me today. I'm happy that we got to see this other side of me and this extension of who I am. Yeah? And why I do what I do. Yeah? And so it's good to show you're not always fun though, you know that. You're not always being a good girl. So let's not give the illusion that having the babies is always like bliss. Sometimes they could be a bit naughty, but then you whip them into shape real good. The good thing is that you're a good girl. Yeah? So it's not always goody with kids, but the good thing is a child has to be a child, and the child has to be allowed to come into their own and be who it is that you want them to be. Or no, not who you want. Obviously mold them with the character that you want to see in them, but still allowing them to express themselves. And so when when either her or any other child that I have comes to me and say, hey, this is what I'm going to do as parents, this is why we do what we do, this validates the nights of no sleep, the crying, for me the 5 or somewhat years of not going to the movies, of not having a social life or seeing anybody, no friends. This right here validates it all when you look at them and you know that they're even going to grow and come more into themselves. I think it makes it all worth it. So for any moms out there, when someone is telling you just hang in there, trust me, it gets better. So that's the reason why I wanted to come into Sarai's personal space today and just kind of have girl chat with her, and it was fun. And I look forward to your book. Do you want to show a little bit of your book, and then we can talk about where people can get it and when it's coming, which is very, very soon. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
This is my book, and it's really pretty. There's also this is not the only. There's also a soft book for older kids, and this is the hardcover book.
Perfect. I think you're doing well. So this is or even the character right there. You're gonna take your hands off so they can see. And this book is eventually going to come in 2 versions. She's gonna have the board book version like she said, and then she's gonna have a hardcover book that has soft pages inside, so older kids can feel comfortable to read the book and not feel like they're babies. So right now we actually have an Indiegogo campaign going on this book. You can only get this book on Indiegogo because we're raising funds for that through that. And the cool thing about this book is with her campaign, and everything's going to be on her Indiegogo page, we're actually going to give back to a charity back at home. So for every book you buy, we're going to give $1 back towards charity. That's going to go back to a charity organization that we partner with back at home, and it's a foundation that deals with girls. And it's actually her auntie has run this foundation for girls for so many years. It's called the Adamak Foundation for Girls. They do a lot of good stuff for young girls at home, either through sports clinics and things like that. So that's a foundation that we chose, not because it was a family member, but because we know that every money that is put towards that would go directly for what it needs to be done. So by supporting this book, you're not just supporting obviously the dream of, like Sarai saying, young girls being able to do what they can do, but the fact that you know that it's giving back to the young girls that she hopes to inspire back in our home country. So all the link for everything with the Indiegogo campaign is going to be below, so you guys make sure you check all that information out there. Head on over to our Indiegogo page. And you know, the cool thing about this book is not just a book for little girls of color, it's for little girls, for little boys, it's for everybody. It's for every child that has a dream, and just basically letting kids know that they can dream and dreams can come true. So please support that. Do you want to say anything else? No? Okay, alrighty. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Please subscribe to my channel below. The links and everything is going to be down here. Like I said, we hope to keep bringing you guys content, and actually the next few episodes coming up are going to be really fun because I get to show you guys my mommy in day spa treatment. So when I was stuck at home taking care of this little munchkin here and not able to go to the spa, and we know every girl loves the spa treatment, guess what? I have tricks and tips coming up for you guys on how you can give yourself a spa day at home for $20 or less, and make yourself look fabulous. So $100 spa treatment for $20 or less. I think that's something you guys probably want to look out for. So we'll see you guys next week. Until then, this is Alaché, and thank you for watching. LOL.